Hello guys, this is Yogendra and I'm here in front of you to explain about Agile software model and development. Basically, I'm going to answer these two big questions in this lecture. First one is what is Agile development, and second one is how Agile development can be implemented in our software development. Yes, in order to answer these two big questions, I'm going to break those down into three subparts. One, what is Agile? And why should I use this? And third one is how. How it differs from other tools in the industry and how I'm going to implement this uh, in my application. I'm going to explain you and I'm going to demonstrate you in my lecture. Okay, agile is derived from the word called agility. Agility is basically referred as ability to change. We we as a software engineers have that quality which is agility. We always change according to these situations that we face. In the same way, agility refers to the ability to adapt quickly and effectively to the changes, especially in response to customer feedback and evolving project requirements. As we know, the project requirements will not be stable that we have taken in the SRS document at the initial level, which is requirement elicitation, that are not going to be stable. So, in order to meet those evolving requirements and to match the customer feedback, we propose this agile model. So this term agility basically refers to that adapting quickly and effectively to the changes. And basically, agile is an iterative and incremental approach to the software development. As you can see the picture that has been displayed here. First, the process starts with planning, designing, develop, test, deploy, and review and launch. This one part is called as one iteration, and this happens in a particular time frame. And this agile is also called as time frame development or time box development process, where the whole process is carried out in the specific time, or which is known as sprint. And this Agile focuses on collaboration and flexibility and continuous improvement as the requirements are not stable, and after the every iteration the customer will be interacted or the customer will be reviewed or customer will be access to the C project, and he can give any changes or he can propose any changes to the model. So we call it as flexible model also. And these are the three pillars of agile development. One is iteration, second one is incremental delivery, and customer collaboration. As let us go through every pillar of the agile. First, iteration. One, when I want to develop a big app, I will think it
Means
as 10. In the first iteration, I have to develop login page. And in second iteration, I have to develop home page. In third iteration, I have to develop this. If I want to display some
as
products or something, I have to display this. Consider this three iterations. And after every iteration, there is an increment. After in the every iteration, there is increment in the delivery. So it is known as incremental delivery. And whenever after my every iteration completes, the customer or the end user will be interacted with with our project team, and he gives the feedback. As you can see the image, plan, design, develop, test, deploy, and during the launch, the customer will be collaborated with us in order to propose any changes new
or
methods in order to
suggest
match the industry. Suppose I have developed a basic login page, it is known as Auth 1.0, and which where the customer gives the input as email ID and address, and I'll develop this application. And before the launch or after the launch, I'll contact with the end user or the owner of the application. I'll say that this is my application that have been developed, and if you want to review, you can review, and he will check and he will propose me that, or he has that right to propose me that what your application is fine. So this is what the feedback that I wanted to give. And as per the industry's requirement, you can improve or you can add your Google login or Facebook login, which can improve our app. This is what the customer that have given. So here we have covered iteration, incremental delivery, and customer collaboration. So why should I use Azure? It is basic question, guys. There are a number of models, traditional model in this traditional models which like waterfall, rad, incremental, iterative. There are spiral. So many models are out there. And why should I use Agile? Yes, here are the answers to that. One, flexibility and responsiveness to the change requirements. As I told the example of the login page, the customer have told me that you can add this authorization 2.2, which is which is also called as Google login, in order to match the in order to match the standards of the industry. That is not possible in the waterfall or traditional models because there is no customer collaboration and there is no iteration possible. Yes, and the other question is faster time to market with frequent releases. As you know that there are iterations in this, I can frequently launch this product into the market. Consider the same example. I have to develop a shopping app. First, I'll develop login page and home page in the first iteration and I'll launch it so that the customers will get to know that there is an app coming on and this market demand will increase on that. And the other one is improved product quality through continuous testing. In the previous page, when I go for every feature that is going to be developed, there is plan, design, test, the plan, design, develop, test. If as this contains testing in every iteration, the product quality improves, and if there are some bugs, the customer will get to know that there are bugs, so that so that also the product quality improves. Higher customer satisfaction by aligning with user needs. The same example, guys. Consider of a login page. And after the release, I told that I've developed this auth 1.0, and he as an end user will be satisfied. But in order to get more satisfaction, in order to get more about it, he proposed me that to add auth 2.0, which is Google login. By this, by this, his user needs are also satisfied with what I've developed, and he also liked our product. In I think these four are the major reasons that why should you use Agile? Yes, I've told you recently only Agile versus other traditional models. Agile is cyclical and flexible, whereas waterfall or traditional models are linear and rigid. As you know, in the waterfall or other models, it is like basically requirement elicitation, plan, design, develop, test, deploy. And in any process or in any step, there is no interaction between customers and developers, which makes the product or which makes the product less satisfied for the customers. As you know, these four are the drawbacks of the traditional model which Agile has been achieved. So that these four drawbacks of the traditional model can be
Coming back
achieved
to the
by the
point.
where are we? Sorry. Yeah, where are we? And the other one is Agile values ongoing feedback, unlike RAD, which can sacrifice for speed. So RAD is basically one of the traditional model which is also termed as rapid application development. People will say, right, why can't you use iterative or incremental or RAD instead of using Agile? I would say RAD is basically which is having a time frame of 90 days, so we have to compromise this quality for in order to deliver speed. Where the Agile achieves that by having this AUP, which is known as Agile Unified Process. So it is one of the frameworks used in Agile. By that, we can achieve the speed as well as efficiency and more. This for customer collaboration, flexibility, everything can be achieved. So I would prefer, example, in that situation, if people ask me to select between two models, RAD and Agile, I would select Agile because it is known, it is also having this time box development, as well as if I implement this AUP, which is known as Agile Unified Process, which is not going to be discussed here. Yeah, but to get to know about that, I would recommend Agile Unified Process, which is the framework of Agile. I would prefer that because the same points, these 4 points would be achieved, so that at the end of the day, the customer has to be satisfied. That is what our developers or our team. Uh, uh, how should I say? Sorry for so pardon me. Uh, at the end of the day, customer has to be satisfied. That is our goal, right? So in order to achieve that, I would do as many things as possible, which makes the or which provides satisfaction to the customer. Yeah. If you see the statistics, this is the success rate of Agile and this is the success rate of Waterfall. It is almost half, guys. Method successful, challenged, and failed. If I take the 50% of 100%, if I take 100% of the projects, if I use Agile, 42% are successful and 8% are failed. Okay. And the rest 50% are due to challenging requirements or the requirements are not clear or that we'll study in this requirements engineering part, which is out of our concern. How can I use? So now we have answered this what is Agile and why should I use Agile? How can I use Agile methodologies in the real time industries? As far as we discussed, we just got to know why to use and how to use. So Agile is having some of the frameworks which I'm going to discuss now. One, Scrum. It is common for managing complex projects with short and iterative sprints. Kanban, it is basically three boards where I'll divide all these features into to do, in progress, and completed. Lean, Lean is another framework which is focused on what uh, what customer actually needs. By this, the waste of the project can be reduced and by this cost and resources are completely conserved and of efficiency is increased. And these are the three ideal and major frameworks of Agile. Yeah. This is the examples of Agile that has been used in various sectors. One is technology and software, healthcare, manufacturing, real-time tools to implement this Agile. Here are some of the tools that are being used to implement this Agile model. One is Jira, which manages tasks, sprints, and project backlogs. Another one is Trello, tracks workflows and visually manages the project tasks. And third one is Asana, organizes tasks and monitor team progress in real time. So now I would explain a demo project, or we will see how this Jira works, which is a tool that is being used by so many people in the industry out there. So we'll go through that. Okay. Logging in, it is completely basic. So after logging in, you'll get this page where I'll go to this projects and I'll click on this create project. After clicking on the create project, here these are the domains that are made that this Jira offers. So we are developers. I'll choose this development. See guys, these are the Scrum and this is the Kanban boards. These are the frameworks that we have been discussed. So I would select Scrum here. Okay, use template. So consider the online shopping application. Yes, this key is to protect. This is to protect from other projects, or it should not overlap with the other projects, right? Okay. Yes. Let me open this. So the moment you open this, you land on this. Here you will have these three options where you can choose between timeline, backlog, and board. Backlog is basically the features that you are that you want to develop in this project. Okay. So sorry, in the agile process, I have to develop some features and I have to give it to the customers, right? The order or the hierarchy that has to be followed in this agile I'm going to discuss now. Consider as online shopping application, which is known as theme. This online shopping applications contain front end and back end. These two are epics. And when it comes to the epic, okay, consider this epic called front end. In front end, I have to develop this login page. Consider this in that login page, I will be having some of the user stories. So, as a developer, I will think in the point of view of the user and I will provide the user stories. So, this is the way of collecting requirements in our agile process. Okay. Yeah. If you see here, this is the backlog. Backlog is basically the features of your application. Consider this epic. Okay. I'll create my epic here. In my plan or in my package, my application, I will be having front end. In my front end, sprint is basically a period of time, or we will categorize or we will say it as 3 weeks of duration. 3 weeks of duration of developing a particular feature. Here, these are the backlogs or the in backlog we'll be having a set of features that has to be developed in this epic. Okay. In this, I'll select this user story. I would say auth 2.2, which is login page. And in this, we recommend what is this home page. As this is online shopping application, I would say car personalized. Yeah, yes. Okay. So if you see here the story belongs to front end epic. And now this is having three categories: to do, in progress, and done. We'll go through that also. So these are the set of features that are present in our epic, which is front end. So I'll create another epic here called backend. I'll change here or I'll toggle here. Now in this backend, I'll create backlog. So I would say API creation, API creation, and the database payments logic. Yes, these are the features. These are the three features that are available. These are three user stories that are available in the backend. So we got to know what features are there. And if I take these features and keep this in sprint, yes, okay, okay. Consider these two. Okay. Consider these two features I have to develop. In between, let me start the sprint. Duration 3 weeks. So sprint goal. I have to achieve these two stories. Start. Now the sprint has been started and we have landed in the board. So consider here we'll be having to do and in progress and done. Now I can place this feature in progress. Sorry. Yeah. As part of this workflow in sorry, workflow in creating the backend. First, I'll create API. Sorry. First, I'll create databases. Okay, now databases are in progress, and now I've completed my databases. Now this feature has been completed, and nice animation will be there. So in order, yeah, in this way we can track all our features. Will be done. Yes, so beautiful. Now my database has been created, and after this, the same process will be implemented. I launch or I'll show to this customer, and this customer, if customer gives some feedback, and I'll create another issue here. So let us say database improvement. Sorry, improvement. Sorry. Now a new feature or new story has been added, which has been proposed by the customer after completing of this database creation. This this feature or this advantage is only with Agile, and I'm trying to explain you with this Jira. Okay, now this database part is done. The API creation has been completed, so that I'll place this in done. Now, okay, if I go here and in the backlog, if you see here, this two features has been completed. So if I select complete sprint, yes. Now the issues, the issues which has been remained, or the stories that have been remained or added or they've been placed into the another sprint. Yes. Now if I go here and if I select front end, so my backend part is done. That database improvement I'll complete in some iteration or some sprint, which we'll discuss later. Okay. Sorry. Now I've opened this front end here. In front end part, I have to develop auth 2.0, which is login page, home page, and personalized cart cart page. So okay, I'll keep this in sprint. The moment I click start sprint, duration 3 weeks, sprint goal we have discussed here. Okay. If you see, if you see this thing or this database improvement has been added to this sprint, which is sprint number 2. There in sprint number 1, we have completed database creation and API integration. Now, if I complete or if I develop this, and I would say this, and if I finally complete this too, If I go here in the backlog, you can see what is happening. And if I complete sprint here, move issues to this new sprint, or I can toggle here. If I keep them into backlog, uh, these three features have been remained. The one which was in progress, and the one which has not been completed, and the one which has been recommended by the customer after launching our database. How good, guys, this is. So this is just basic overview of Agile and how can we demonstrate or how can we visualize the things using this Agile development. I think we have answered what is Agile and how it can be applied in the software industry to meet the current requirements.